Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Rally Podcast. I'm Mike White, here with one of our usual hosts, Logan Cornelius, the loudmouth from down south. And we're joined today with Ryan Delaney, I believe Community Development Manager at SpikeBall Inc. Is that correct? Yeah, got it.
Yep.
Um, and he's going to talk to us today a little bit about himself first, then kind of about the SpikeVan, and then if we have a little time, maybe about his job, which is working trade shows and schools and professional development and all that stuff. So, thanks for coming on, Ryan.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah. I know you've actually been involved in Spikeball for a very, very long time. So can you tell us about like how you got started and all that stuff?
Sure. I am an Ultimate player for years, Ultimate Frisbee, and I actually discovered Spikeball on Savage Ultimate's website back in like 2011, I think. And I immediately bought a set and, fell in love with it. It was the winter, so we played inside in the basement, like probably terrible Spikeball, off the walls, all that stuff. And then I loved it, and I was playing with my Ultimate friends, and I reached out to Chris, and I was like, hey, I think you should get this into some more Ultimate events. And he said that he had started to do some work, and I pointed out some events that I thought were going to be beneficial. And we started our relationship there and doing some work. So I hooked him up with Wildwood and Fools Fest and just some of the events that I knew were like more culture based as opposed to like competitive based. And it was great. I mean, nowadays you can go to, I'm not saying that I'm the guy that got into Ultimate, but like you can go to an Ultimate tournament and like they're
Yeah.
all over the place. I was just at one in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and there were, I don't know, 50 sets probably out throughout the day. Only one knockoff set, which was good.
Did you trade
I
out
didn't,
for it?
I didn't, it was like too far away and we were playing, but last year, Christina and I, we traded out for a Slamo set. So, yeah. Anyway,
Nice.
so started doing some work with Chris, started going to some campuses and promoting at school. So I would go to a school that I didn't go to and just kind of set up it where I thought would be the spot. And what we started to notice was that people would be like, oh, on Fridays, you have to come to the quad. There's bands that come or, whatever their little unique school culture item was. And that kind of evolved into like the ambassador program. And then that evolved to the ambassador program today. So back in the day, the ambassador program, we had 10 teams of 2 students at across the country. Chris's rule was anyone below the Mason-Dixon line or out west because he didn't want to deal with any of the weather. And we actually paid them to go play. So they got paid, I forget what the rate was, but they got paid about
It was nice.
five or
Logan, do you get paid?
Oh, I was one of them. I was one
yeah,
of them.
Logan was one of them.
Wow. Guys, I'll post in the description. There's a great video, Spikeballer of the Week, Logan Cornelius.
You should also post alone time with Logan. I don't know if that's been blasted out.
I'm surprised that we haven't converted any fans from Alone Time with Logan onto the podcast.
I'm a big Logan guy. Like I'm a big Logan fan, but I am not an alone time with Logan fan. I'll tell you that.
Oh, that's surprising.
Yeah, it's incredibly creepy for a pretty docile, normal human being as yourself, Logan. So maybe
What?
throw that out there.
I
But
did,
yeah,
yeah, I
so
did hear back like that you kind of started the ambassador program. I think
it
it
was
was
it was
kind of it was when I heard it, it was kind of something happened where someone just said something to you, and someone was like, little do they know, like Delaney was an ambassador like way before everyone else. Yeah.
it was a lot of guidance from Chris Reuter. I'm not going to say that like I am the brainchild, but I helped kind of run it the first 2 semesters.
Mhm.
But yeah, the students got paid to just go out on campus and like, hey, you're going to pay 3 hours today. You're going to get paid for 3 hours of work. So it was a good time to be a spike baller. Scott and Joel were also in that group as well. So it was pretty good. Pretty
Yeah,
good.
that's funny.
Delaney. Uh, Christina runs the ambassador program now, and she and you are close friends. Do you ever hold it over her head that you started the ambassador program first?
Hey, he
Listen,
said he doesn't. He didn't start the ambassador program.
I
He
think I
just
didn't
said.
start it.
I know he's
Um,
being helpful there.
I'm not. I don't actually hold that over her head. I hold a lot of other things over her head. We have like a little bit of a feud that I got her into Ultimate. I did, and she learned
You
about
just
spike
ran
ball.
her life.
No, 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 no. She learned about spike ball from me. She'll say she didn't, but she did. But she actually got a job at spike ball first. So take that as you will.
You know, she just took the ambassador program and just made it better. Maybe.
She just made it better. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
good news for all your ambassadors out there. You email with Christina. You don't have to email with Ryan Delaney.
You're in much better
I'm
hands.
just kidding. But that's but you're talking to all the teachers in the world, so can't really be saying that. But anyway, okay. So nowadays, he's a community development manager, and you go to a lot of schools and trade shows. And I want to kind of get into the SpikeVan because you've been leading that, but I actually had one question or two questions about this that I just kind of want to hit. One, what is your favorite thing? Do you like doing trade shows? Do you like teaching students, or do you like teaching teachers?
They're all fun. I mean, anyone that probably listens to this podcast has had that moment where they teach spike ball, and the people don't really get it at first, and then they get it, and they have that like aha moment, like, oh, I see why this is fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite thing. So wherever that can happen, whether that's at a trade show or in a classroom or with in a professional development with just teachers, that moment is great. I guess if I had to pick, the professional developments are really fun because you have a lot of athletic teachers because they're all physical education teachers. You have them all there learning something new, and it's like very applicable. They can see how they can bring that to their students, and they're having a blast, and they're talking smack to each other, and it's great.
You see the inter-teacher, the feuds that they have.
Yeah. For sure. They're like, yo, Billy can't hit anything. like put me against Billy, like I'll crush him. And it, I love that stuff. So that's definitely really fun. But I mean, spikeball's great in general. If I'm teaching at a trade show, I'm loving it. Those days go real quickly, and that's how you know it's you got something special.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the professional developments because they're always trying to like work with you. Like they're just trying to find how it's fun and how they can teach it. Like it's less about the teaching and more about the like how can you apply it to them. And it's just more of like an active kind of involvement in the teaching. That's what I like. But I also think my favorite trade show though was the National Parks and Rec Conference, because usually at trade shows, it's kind of like, how can I teach this to my kids? But at that conference, because it was Parks and Rec, it was just, hey, is this fun? And I'm like, yeah, definitely fun. And
those are different because they're not actually usually playing themselves. You have to kind of sell it to them on why they can sell it to somebody else to get it into their community. Mm-hmm. So it's like a little bit of a twist to it, and you have to kind of show them. That's more like you and I demoing and showing how it's great, as opposed to getting them involved at a CrossFit trade show or whatever that is.
Yeah. So before we move on to SpikeVan, maybe we'll come back to this, but another one. Do you have any tips on like the best way that like you teach people, or just to get them hooked? Are there like certain things you find more effective than others?
What I've noticed the most is that you have to have someone that can demo the game well. So like, if it's two competent players, the best is you have two competent players and you're teaching two new players. If that second player is not very good and they can't get the ball back to the net, or they can't pass it to their partners, like everything's going downhill quickly. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure like most people have had that moment where you have like, your friend playing that has never played, like, oh, I'll show you. And it's like, no, this is going to be really bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll go into schools. Okay. I have a quick story. I was teaching in a school once. And usually I'm with one other person. If I'm not with one other person, I usually ask the teacher to help, or if the teacher doesn't want to, I ask the teacher for two athletic students. They don't have to be spike ball players. They don't have to have played before. I kind of prefer if they didn't. I just want two athletic students, good hand-eye coordination. So one of the classes, I asked the teacher if she can give me 3 athletic students. She says, sure. This other teacher comes in the room, random teacher. She's like, spike ball, I love spike ball, I'll play. And this is in front of everybody now. It's in front of maybe like 60 or 70 students. She's talking to me saying this. I'm like, have you ever played before? She's like, no, I'll be good. I'm like, so you've never played? She's like, I played once or twice. And you think you're going to be able to demo it? And she's like, yeah, I'll be able to. I'm like, you're sure? She's like, yeah. She was terrible. Terrible. Like, couldn't like miss the ball every time. You have like at the beginning of the class, so the class is like 40 minutes. You have like 3 to 4 minutes to kind of demo the game so that the whole lesson goes well. And she ruined it. She finally bows out. Who wants to take my spot? And then just picks another terrible student to come up and just take her spot and ruin my whole thing. She was a science teacher, and I was thinking about going to her classroom and doing like a chemical reactions demo, just something I know nothing about. Just kind of, I'll take it from here. So
I done it once or twice. I can handle this. Just let me put chemicals together.
Yeah, ammonia and bleach, right? Those mix.
Yeah. Wow. All right, so guys, hey, trust whoever's giving you the demo. That's
Yeah. So
well, because it just when you just got started on the wrong foot, and you can't really say no to her, you know. But
you can't, and it's in front of like 80 other kids that know her. I can't be like, get out of here, lady. So
well, that's unfortunate.
that was first.
Okay.
Great.
Nice. Okay. What, Logan?
I do my email. My first ever email from Ryan Delaney was on October 1st, 2013, and we got paid $13 an hour.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Ryan and I have basically been emailing each other for almost 5 years.
Yeah. Wow, Logan. Lucky you.
Dang.
I know.
I wish I hit you up then. That's when I first. Oh, see, I was above the Mason-Dixon line, so you wouldn't have wanted to talk to me, even though you were from New York.
I was from New York, but I couldn't get any of my New York people involved. It had to be everyone down south.
Mean.
Yeah.
Mean. Okay. All right, that's pretty cool. All right, so let's move on to the SpikeVan. So I know some people saw in the Instagram the big Spikeball van, and Ryan posted in the SRA Facebook group about a bunch of cities that we're looking for some people in. But there isn't actually that much info about there, so I was wondering if Ryan could share some info about it. I know Logan's involved too, and I'll be doing it, so we're all kind of involved, but I'll let Ryan kind of get some stuff out there.
So, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is Logan's brainchild. This was his idea about like a year ago. All right, so how this started, we spent a lot of money shipping all of those things to all of our events and our trade shows and everything. A ton of money. You guys wouldn't even understand. When I first found out, I was blown away. So Logan said we should maybe just get a big truck and have some interns or whatever drive it around the country to all of our events. So it kind of spawned from there.
Hey, wait, I want to say that I distinctly remember a moment, and it might have been Logan and I together talking about this last year. I think I might have joked about it at some point. Like, wow, this would be sick if... I think it was probably we were making nets, and I'm like, wow, this would be great if these were, like, all made together. Or if... I think, or maybe we were driving a U-Haul, I'm like, I should just drive this to the next tournament. I'm flying home, and then I'm flying to the next one on Thursday.
Yeah.
I think we were in Columbus when we were having that conversation. I was like, yeah, this is something I want to do.
Yeah. That was it. You were like, yeah, we actually really need to look into that. And then I think there were a bunch of mumblings at the end of last year. All right, continue.
I actually also think that Skylar and Sean and Buddy and Bryce back in the day when they were doing their team Spikeball, I think that was kind of like a pipe dream for them as well. But like Spikeball as a company was in its infancy. There was no way they were getting like an RV or anything. The best they had was Skylar's wrapped car. Or not even wrapped, it's just with the big thing on the side.
Spikeball on it,
Yeah. So, it kind of it happened this year. We got this big Mercedes Sprinter van. It's huge. We just outfitted it out with decals, and as we speak, it's actually at the customizer getting customized. So basically, Mr. White here is driving it for most of the summer. So it's kicking off on April 22nd. It's leaving Chicago, and it's going mostly through the Midwest, up the East Coast. It's going to Canada for a week. The furthest out west it's going this year is Salt Lake City, Provo, actually, technically. So basically what we're doing is it's going to most of our tour stops in the Midwest and the Northeast. Throughout those, in that week or whatever between the tour stops, we're doing a bunch of little pickup events at major cities along the way. So we're going out of the way a little bit, but what we're hoping is that people can use the SpikeVan as a rallying point to get those groups together. Sometimes you have people like, oh, I got to come out to pick up one day, whatever. Like, we're hoping that the day the SpikeVan is there is the day that happens. Because there'll be 2 competent Spikeball players in that van. We'll have a bunch of equipment. It's kind of cool that the SpikeVan's coming to visit.
Wait, we're not having any science teachers in the van?
There's actually 1 week that she's going to hop in. She's going to pick a student to go with her throughout the week. And, so...
No. So when I've been showing people kind of the route we're taking, they just look so confused because it's here to here to here to here, and it's like, well, that doesn't make sense for a road trip. But it's not. It's about going to the. We don't plan the tournament season to be a trip
around the Spikeball. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that I think that like St. Louis, Missouri, is like the center point for so many. Like we could
just swing through St. Louis every time.
Pretty much, you could.
Yeah.
But we're trying to like go around about, and another benefit too is I know the Utah guys have been trying to get us to have a tour stop out there. So we're actually going to be in Provo, Utah. Logan will be there, I believe, on a Sunday. So I talked to Taylor Church, and I was like, "Hey man, here's your chance. Pull some big numbers for the SpikeVan, and maybe you'll get a nod next year for that for that tour stop." So it's exciting. I'm really pumped. The van's getting outfitted with.
What's in it?
So it's getting half of it is going to be storage. We got a big storage wall, so it's going to have stuff to run about 2 tour stops. Going to have about 100 sets in there. I don't know if I should say everything that's in there, but
okay. Yeah, all right, you don't have to.
Yeah. So also, it'll have 2 beds, refrigerator. It's got a swivel chair in the front. We got a big canopy over the side, like an awning. We're gonna have a big floodlight in the back, so you guys can play some pickup games at night. A bunch of little like just conversion stuff. So it's gonna be real exciting. We're just ironing out who's driving it at what points at this point, and I'm pumped. I'm really excited.
Yeah. Logan, you doing like a week and a half or just a week in it?
I guess technically I'll be in it for like 2 weeks, but 1 week
Once in Dallas.
I'll be in Dallas working a trade show, so like I'll still be at my own house.
You have to live in the van in your driveway. Dude, it's about the journey. It's the journey, Logan.
But then the week after, my wife and I are driving from Dallas to Provo. So pretty fun. I think we can all objectively say that will be the best stretch of the trip with the most fun people driving. So,
regardless of the drivers, I think that's the best stretch of the trip.
It's like going through New Mexico and all that.
I think added together, it's just hands down the best part of the whole stuff.
For sure.
Unbiased opinion.
I put myself down for that week, and Logan deleted my name and put himself and his wife. Just as a little fun fact. So, yeah.
Wow.
To be fair, Delaney and I had already talked about me going that week.
I don't remember that at all. Just like, yeah, I'll take this. Like, all right, Logan. But yeah, so it should be good. We'll have that schedule posted hopefully in about a week or 2. It kicks off right after the Chicago tour stop. So Mike will be taking it there, doing some stops in the Ohio area and going to College Nationals. And I think the last stop that will be, it'll be leaving from the Jersey Shore tour stop and then heading back to Chicago. So definitely if it's coming to your city, you want to check it out. If you want to see Mike, if you don't want to see Mike, you should still go.
Don't be. If you don't want to see me, I'll just sit in the van for the whole time. If you just really don't want to see me.
If one person doesn't want to see Mike, Mike will squirrel himself away in the van.
It doesn't matter if 99 want to. If one is like, no, can't see Mike.
Exactly.
That's fine.
Exactly.
I'll just sit in the front.
I'm actually picking the van up in 2 Wednesdays. And I'm thinking I might just camp out in it one night, like in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Just to get a feel for it. Just
you know what I said? I said we got to do a live podcast from inside the van that week.
Oh, I'm sure you will.
Yeah. No, we have to. We have to.
Oh, you and I have to.
Well, I don't know. Whoever's there. If you're
we can do it like.
How about this? You're sleeping in the van, and I'm just in there. Hey, it's the Rally Podcast. Delaney's sleeping in the back here. I think that'd be pretty good.
If you want it to be as trippy as possible, get Alone Time with Logan's voice in there.
I could have a Logan Rally podcast going. We can do a crossover.
Yeah.
Just as a heads up, no one wants an Alone Time with Logan podcast.
It's not true. I have like 300 views on YouTube, so clearly it's very popular.
It's the same Mike White theory, though. If one person doesn't want it,
we can't have it. Can't have it.
Yeah. And I'll be that guy.
We don't subscribe to that theory over at ATWL.
That was quick. That was a quick acronym.
Goodness. Okay. No, he uses that on the regular.
He has like hashtag like on a sticky note on his laptop so he can reference it quickly.
He'll be driving you to pickup and you'll open the door. He's like, ready for ATWL? Ready for that good old ATWL? And then you just sit in silence the whole ride.
Or fan meetups, that's what we all refer to it as.
Is that why you're doing the week with your wife in there? You're kind of making it like a A YouTube fan tour.
Kind of double it up.
I think that's smart. That's smart.
Yeah. All right, guys. So if you want to see the van hit up what tour stops? Chicago tour stop, College Nationals, Lancaster tour stop, Madison tour stop, Dallas tour stop,
Summer Spike,
Charlotte tour stop, Summer Spike, Montreal tour stop, and Nashville. I think I got them all.
And Jersey Shore.
And Jersey Shore at the end. I don't think about Jersey Shore because that's after I'm done. So it's just kind of it's past my.
As well.
I haven't think about it. What's that?
What was that, Logan?
No Columbus.
Both Chicago as well. I think we'll have the SpikeVan.
What's that?
Yeah, the first Chicago.
And I mean, most likely, even if
I could easily whip it down to the second one.
The SpikeVan will most likely be the second one as well. If the guy shipping the stuff has anything to say about it.
What about the guy driving the van? That's who you really need.
It could be the same.
Could be the same guy. Yeah.
Person.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
we'll see.
The hope of this is that it goes well. We get some good numbers at all these events, and then we can kind of do some tours in the future. It'd be great if we could do like a fall tour to some, some big tailgate stuff, or maybe take it down the West Coast or something. So we're hoping we get some good stuff. We're making a big investment on this van, and I think it'll be around for a while. Hopefully, Mike doesn't destroy it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep. I heard that in vans, you don't want to litter, so you throw all your trash just in the back. It's like you don't want to throw it that way; you throw it that way.
I believe Al Harris referred to the van as litter.
Oh no, he didn't. He said, "How much litter would this be for something?" And if it was an ice cream truck, how much litter, as in more lit, would it be? Yeah. You see that you got mad at Logan for his joke because he said it depends where people put their trash. How much litter would this be? Depends where.
Yeah.
But also, if it was an ice cream truck, so you're telling me there's gonna be a freezer in there? We should just keep like ice cream sandwiches as. All right, so one of those mini freezers, put as many ice cream sandwiches as we can, and it can double as an ice cream truck.
What we need there you go. Ice cream trucks kind of have like their coin noise that they play whenever the ice cream truck comes around. Maybe we need to tap into some music production skills, and we need to get like the SpikeVan noise. Like whenever someone hears that noise, they know the SpikeVan's coming.
It's a let's go from Chris Hornacek.
I mean, how many musicians do we have in the company? Like 5?
But they're like all drummers, I think.
It's just really loud percussion.
We could have Kyle. Kyle could do his Celine Dion voice, and we could kind of mix that up.
Wait, Kyle has a Celine Dion voice?
For the record. Okay, so at our retreat in Mexico, and actually I witnessed this in Nashville 2 weeks ago. Kyle Kirkman, what team did he used to play for?
Rip.
Rip fame.
And Life from Mars.
And Life from Mars can do an amazing rendition of Celine Dion's "My Heart Will Go On" karaoke.
I wanted to cry. I didn't, but I wanted to cry when he was singing.
If you overheard it, you'd be like, "Oh, listen to that beautiful woman sing," but then it's just Kyle California is crushing it.
Nice.
So get him to do that at some point.
When's the cover album coming out?
You got to talk to Kyle about that. I cannot speak for Kyle.
Okay, convert the van to a studio as well. All right. Well, that's all the time we have today. Really crammed this one into the morning. I forgot I had a flight in like a couple hours. But anyway, Ryan, thanks for coming on. I've been always wanting to, have Ryan on. Logan, he's just here. But Ryan's the big showstopper that we needed on the podcast.
Oh my gosh, I'm flush.
I'm just dead. I'm here to make Ryan look better.
You're here, so in case I have some awkward silences.
All right, Mike, what leg of the trip are you most excited for as the guy doing most of the driving in there?
Yeah, I am doing 9 of the 13 weeks, so sup me. That's a lot of weeks. I actually leave next Wednesday. April?
2 Wednesdays.
No, I leave next Wednesday to go to San Francisco, April 11th, and then I don't get home till like May 20-something. Yeah. Favorite leg? probably College Nationals into Lancaster. One, because I'm with Tom Goulet. Two, I'm very excited about College Nationals, and I'm very excited about Lancaster. So
Yeah.
that's also like the second week. So I don't know. I'm excited about most weeks, but that one stands out right now because that Tom Goulet and plus all the video and the ESPN. Yeah, that's gonna be.
You're gonna have.
Although I
some
don't
good
really
laughs
like
with Tom.
the route we're taking. I mean, we're gonna be in Columbus for a couple more days, and then I think we're doing Pittsburgh and West Virginia University. So it's not
Yep.
like not crazy stops, but it's more of the weekends and then the week with Tom in between. Yeah. As far as destinations, probably going from down south up to like so the 2 weeks from down south to Montreal or Canada, because it's like get to stop in major cities, like we're stopping in Baltimore, we're stopping in DC, we have Summer Spike in New York City, stopping in Philly, and then we get to do Rhode Island, Long Island, my Boston, we're gonna go to Cape Cod, and then up to Canada. So kind of like that week where we hit a bunch of major cities that I know I have friends in is exciting.
There you go.
But yeah. All right, sweet. Thanks for coming on, Ryan. I hope you guys
Thanks
like
for
this
having me.
information about the SpikeVan and also some stuff about trade shows and teachers and all that stuff, and about Ryan Delaney. So if you ever see him around, go say hi. He's funny, and he's really good at spikeball. Contrary to popular belief.
Is that a popular belief?
No, the popular belief is you're good, but I'm saying you're very good.
I'm gonna end the call right now.
All right, and last fun fact: Daniel McPartland's first ever tournament, he played with Ryan Delaney. So
Yeah.
say what you want about that.
Say what you want.
Say what you want.
If you like that fact, like this video.
True. There you go. Everyone, like, comment, subscribe. We got so many likes last time. Like, actually, we got 23 likes. Most ever,
Wow.
I think. Most ever.
Wow.
Let's keep it going. Oh, I said this. If we get 30 likes on this video, I'm going to give away a Spike Buoy to someone who comments, because Spike Buoy's coming out this week.
If we get over 100 likes, Mike will give out 3 shirts from his personal wardrobe.
The white ones that
I have
match
3
each other?
just white shirts. Hey, but I'm serious.
You can take Mike will take a picture of his wardrobe, and you get to choose any shirt to take. If
I
you
have
get
a
over
full
100
Monster
likes.
shirt right here. I have all of the regional shirts. Wow. But I'm serious. 30 likes, someone who comments is going to get a Spike Buoy. And I'm not just saying that to get the likes. I low-key want someone to get a Spike Buoy too.
I'm serious too.
I can't
because-
use it. It's winter here. It snowed 2 days ago. It's April. it snowed on April 2nd.
Be you.
Oh! Look at
Logan,
that.
did you get that? I need one.
Be you.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Thanks
All
for
right.
listening, and we will see you next week. Make sure to follow Atlanta stuff this weekend. Bye.
Have a good one. Bye.